Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
All right, welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is our AEW 2025 prediction show. This is a show where we come to you and we say, hey, this is who's going to win this title. This is who's going to win this title.
This is who's going to fall off a ladder and die.
And this is who's going to be stabbed by a pair of scissors. So, good afternoon, boys. How we doing?
Doing good, doing good.
All right. You ready to get into this, Scotty? I know you love.
You're not relaxed fit again.
He's broke out his Christmas.
There we go.
shirts.
Okay, there we go.
His Christmas shirts he got. He broke them all out.
He was up to his necks in the. There we go. Now he's got the hamburger meat out.
I love it. Look at that. That is a beautiful man right there. All right, we're going to get into it here. We're going to predict, or try to do our best to predict all the different belts that AEW has right now. And when we do the WWE one, guys, you're going to see that WWE is way more belts. Way more belts. So,
well, now they probably do.
Yeah.
Oh, they have eclipsed for sure. But we're gonna get into it
belts
here.
Are actually meaningful.
Some of them. Yeah. Well, let's not talk about the speed title, but let's get into it.
Well, not that one.
AEW predictions. I'll just go back and forth here. Scotty, TNT Championship. That's the men's title held right now by Daniel Garcia. So who do you got? Who's gonna have that TNT Championship by the end of the year, or at some point?
By the end of the here, this is what's interesting about them is like Ricky said with WWE, a good number of the belts actually mean something, and switching them over there actually means something. Over here, anybody could get a belt for any reason just because Tony Khan freaking feels like it. So at some point in this year to the end of this year, I honestly think I'm kind of wondering if they're going to do kind of like what they did with Wardlow and Samoa Joe, bouncing this TNT title off of him and Jack Perry, back and forth, because they haven't had, I don't think they've had an official rematch as of yet for that title.
No.
So, and we know that, Jack Perry is one of the elite
pillars,
one of the pillars. I wouldn't want to stand in that building, but you know what? I am going to call Jack Perry. I'm going to say by end of 2025, Jack Perry will have that title again, and he will go into the year of 2026 as the TNT champion.
Ricky?
So. Wardlow is coming back soon, I think I saw.
Oh, okay.
I did not see that.
I think with Danny Garcia currently as a face, I could see Wardlow re-entering himself into that picture and getting the belt back for like the 27th time. Another person I could see maybe getting the belt. I would say Mark Briscoe.
Well, they just him and Garcia just battled on Collision, and I think
down the road,
Daniel Garcia beat him.
I think down the road Briscoe may end up getting it.
All right. Well, what are you putting down? Wardlow or Briscoe?
Give me Wardlow right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're going to try and make him a powerhouse again when he comes back.
All right. I took a guy that was just in a tag team. They broke him up. I think pretty much they're broke up. Anthony Bowens. I think Anthony Bowens they're gonna put him in the mix for that TNT championship.
Interesting.
Let's get a singles run for Anthony Bowens.
I could see that.
International champion. Is that's Okada right now, or no? He's Continental.
He's the Continental. The International is That's Takeshita.
Takeshita, got it.
Yeah.
So Takeshita, international champion. Scotty, who is going to take that belt off? Take a shit.
Well, the one person I would like to see with that belt, and quite honestly, at some point down the line, the world heavyweight belt, we'll get to that later, is Powerhouse Hobbs.
Okay.
I feel like they've got something they can do with him, and I think he deserves a run at that IHOP title. So yeah, let's call Powerhouse Hobbs by end of year.
All right.
I agree.
Ricky
agree.
Hobbs?
Yeah, I like me some Powerhouse Hobbs. I think he's somebody they should definitely put a belt on at some point. He had a good battle with Takeshita. I think eventually at some point he's taking that belt.
I went with the most dangerous man in AEW right now. If it wasn't for this guy, AEW would not be around. I went with Trevor.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Pockets.
No, he's above that, but I'm going with Trevor. Rick O'Shea, Irish, will be the Irish international champion. Tag team champ, AEW tag team champion. Right now it's Private Party. Scotty, who do you think takes these tag team titles?
Okay, I like considering they're not really doing all that much with their tag team division. There's only really two names I can think of that could possibly be in contention other than the champions, and it's either the Young Bucks or the Outrunners. Like, I can't think of any other tag teams that are currently wrestling in AEW or like even just people that you could put together. The only other two people maybe if they bring them back up to the main roster is Dustin and Sammy Guevara. But is my signal going out?
No.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with a surprise one here. I'm gonna go with the Outrunners. I think the Outrunners take the tag team titles by end of year, and we see how their popularity really is. This could be interesting.
Ricky?
Thank God it wasn't the little Pokemon guys from last night wearing their little foam spikes. Leo Rush and Jesus Christ, they look ridiculous.
Action ends ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, not much action. They're about as entertaining as Monet. Give me the Hurt Syndicate. I think Lashley and Shelby B could take the tag titles.
I almost forgot about them.
Well, great minds think alike. I also took Lashley and Sheldon Benjamin as our new tag team champions at some point. I actually thought they tagged up on Wednesday. I thought they looked really good together. Yeah. They looked dominant. If you put those guys in the tag team division, there's no one beating them. There's no one beating them. So that was my pick also. So, hey, Rick, good pick.
It is.
All right, Continental Breakfast title. Right now it is Kazuchika Okada. He's our champion. Scotty. Well, excuse me?
Bitch.
Scotty, who you got here for the Continental title?
I'm kind of wondering because, like, again, I know they switch these belts up all the time, and everyone's there's always a plethora of people that could take that belt, but I kind of think that Okada's going to have this run for a while. I don't think they're going to take the belt off of him at any point, especially considering he just won the damn tournament for it. So I'm going to honestly call Okada by end of year still holding on to that belt.
Right on. Ricky?
The cleaner. Kenny Omega is coming back. Yeah, give me the cleaner.
That's not a bad pick. I am going to agree with Scotty. Okada is 290 plus days as champion. I know Tony looks at him like he would look at Hulk Hogan. He is an icon. And I'm going with Okada to hold on to the title the rest of the year. So, Scotty, good pick.
Hey, again, great minds think alike.
Scotty's always right until he's wrong.
That's right. Women's champion, women's AEW champion. Right now, it's Mariah May. Who you got, Scott?
So I know she's going to hold on to the belt at some point. What's her name? My brain just blanked. The big tits.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down either. Mariah May?
No, the Asian one.
Mina
Mia
Shirakawa?
Shirakawa, thank you. I'm sorry, my brain just blanked on her name.
Well, you
Shirakawa.
remember what her
about
chest
tits,
looked like.
Shirakawa will have this belt at some point, but in my view, if they get her out of her bad gimmick that she's in right now, I honestly think Tony Storm is going to come back into this mix and take that belt back. So in my view, I think it's going to be Tony Storm by end of year. So,
all right. Ricky?
Agreed. I mean, really, outside of Tony Storm, who do you have in that women's division that would be deserving, aside from maybe Athena, but they're burying her in ROH with an irrelevant title that she's had for, 3 years now?
She's held it for quite some time. I don't see how long, because this is I got AEW pulled up, but
Yeah. I would love to see her come up and get a run with the belt, but as of right now, it looks like Tony Storm.
Clean sweep in this division for me. Tony Storm. I think once she wakes up from her alcoholic haze or whatever she's in right now, she will remember that she was once timeless, and she will win that title back. Tony Storm, clean sweep women's champion.
Watch out for the shoe.
TBS women's champion. Right now, it's Mercedes Moné. Ricky, who do you have winning this one? Who do you have beating your girl?
Give me Julia Hart.
All right.
Give me Julia Hart. She's back. She's doing her gimmick with the House of Black Thrones, or whatever the hell they are. I like her. Give her another run with it.
Black Thorns. Yeah. Black Keys. I don't know. Scotty?
Well, I'm because we are a Pro Willow podcast. I know she's hurt right now. There's finishing up an injury. But
she was just at
she was just at Wrestle Dynasty.
Just at Wrestle Dynasty on the pre-show last night.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then she's back in ring. Good. Well, since she is back in ring, I honestly think that Willow needs a run with this belt, and if anybody needs to be the one to dethrone Mercedes Moan, because that's what we do when we see her on screen, we moan. It needs to be Willow, so I'm going to take Willow Nightingale by end of year being the one to dethrone Mercedes.
Sadly,
Scotty?
It might take to almost the end of the year.
Yeah. Scotty, I never thought we'd agree on so much. I'm also going with Willow. I think the program we might get a Willow championship with a little bit of Chris Statlander mixed in there at some point, with some sort of interference. But Willow, I'm hoping Willow is that TBS champion at some
I'm down
point.
with that, though.
Honestly, I think it's time for Monet to move up to the world title. I mean, the TBS title is like your secondary title for sure. It is your universal cable title. I don't know. I wonder if they're going to change that to Max. I guess they won't, because
give her the digital media title.
My favorite title of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, last one, women's. Might be a woman's. Men's World Championship. We have right now John Briefcase Moxley with the title. Scotty, who you got here taking this title off of Mox?
I don't know if he's going to take it off Mox, but here's my prediction. And again, like we've been talking about this for quite a while. Like I'm going to make a very bold prediction. I am calling the death of AEW because they are going to put this belt on the only
God.
Gunslinger.
they're going to on freaking Orange Cassidy by end of this year. I can see them with Darby take the belt. I guarantee you Darby's going to take the belt at some point this year, but they're going to have Darby versus Pockets, and Pockets is going to take that belt off of Darby, and it's the final nail in the coffin of AEW. So I am calling Orange Cassidy to be the world champion by end of year.
He said, "Book it."
Ricky, who you got?
I think Darby will be the one to take the belt off of Moxley, but I don't think they're going to give him a big run with it. I think MJF is getting that belt back by the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think they're kind of running in place right now with our favorite ring carrier. Darby, I took Darby also to carry that title, to be a transitional champion.
Yes.
I think he'll hold it for a few months, and then the man will get it back, and then we'll get some serious stuff out of it. So it's kind of been very lackluster with Mox holding this title. It's really not been great.
They're not running in place. They're running backwards.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, first off, we're mad at Chris Jericho for whatever reason. You know, Chris Jericho used to be super beloved by wrestling fans. Like, he was the guy, you know.
Now he just says, "Hi, guys."
Now he's just, you know, and I'm sure it had to do stuff with that Kylie Ray situation back a few months ago that we never really got any answers for, or any confirmation on whether it was true or not. So, well, actually, I have confirmation. I will tell you offline, but it's just the world title for AEW has been the worst title of the group, honestly.
Yeah, as of late.
Even Monet's doing better work with her belt than Mox is doing with his. And maybe I'm too dumb to understand what Moxley's trying to do. Was there a takeover? Is there a takeover? If there's a takeover, it's not a very good takeover. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's not great. They were supposed to take over the TV station one time, and they never did. They walked to the middle of the ring. They grabbed the camera. That's what they did. They grabbed the camera.
They killed Rampage. Well, sorry, Moxley. Rampage was already dead in the water.
Yeah, you just do dirt on it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yep. I also went with Darby to win this title. I can't think of any other titles I missed. I'm pretty sure I got them all, boys.
I think that's pretty much all of them. But again, you know, looking at this and the thing that bothers me is that as we're thinking about, you know, these people and, you know, looking at our picks and stuff like that, it's like, you know, AEW has this wide talent range of, you know, of people, but yet there's not that many people that any of us would have gone with in that talent pool other than the ones we picked, because none of the rest of them are ready. You know, like my Outrunners pick is kind of out there, you know, but I picked it just because. But yeah, like, you know, you can look at a list of names that AEW has and just go down, not ready.
Sometimes it seems like it's not about it is about being ready. Sometimes there seems like there's people that should be the belt carriers that are ready, that AEW is not ready for them, or vice versa. Like, or you know, people had titles that aren't ready for the title scene, but they got them anyway. So this definitely seems like a favoritism type of thing at times with AEW. But I think with the influx of, you know, the Bobby Lashley's and hopefully the Baron Corbins, we're going to see something different out of AEW moving forward. I mean, Swerve is starting to come into his own now. He's doing some good stuff, and Hangman is actually, like him or hate him, he's doing good stuff right now. So, I mean, you got Switch. They finally moved Jay White into into a prominent spot where he can be featured more, and he's not running around with the Bang Bang Gang or the Ass Boys. So I don't know. They just I see AEW going in the right direction in a lot of ways. They the stadium deals, the venue deals where they're playing smaller venues. The last couple shows, even back to DC a couple weeks ago, they've been putting people in buildings, right? And whether it's a smaller building or not, it still makes it look the vision or the illusion of having a lot of people at a show. I mean, I think they're making strides and going in the right direction, and I'm hoping for a better year for AEW.
Me too.
So
better wrestling all around is good.
And we will go to an AEW show this year for sure. We will go to an AEW show. We're waiting for them to buy 2 cheeseburgers, get an AEW ticket for free. We're gonna wait for that. But
and don't worry, I'll down the 2 cheeseburgers. That's not a problem.
Yes, you will. All right. Thank you for joining us here for our AEW prediction show. Make sure you go like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll see you next time
on the hard way.
Peace.